The seniors' agenda, when it is complete, has potential to be comprehensive and include many important policy recommendations. We're concerned that it will just gather dust and not be implemented, like the 2005 Community for a Lifetime, the CFAL report. For this to be worthwhile, the county needs to create an action plan by assigning staff to work with community stakeholders and other county departments to plan solutions, and to assign responsibility to a designated agency for each recommendation, as well as provide a budget, timeline, and other action steps. So, will you advocate that there is an assignment of accountability to a department or agency for each major recommendation? Will you advocate that there is dedicated funding for solutions? And will you advocate that there are timelines for implementing solutions? And we will start with you, Supervisor Wasserman. Please take 2 minutes to respond yes or no to each of these.
All right, so we start. You want 2 minutes on this one, not the 1 minute for question 2. 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, we'll take the 2 minutes. It sometimes does take a politician 2 minutes to answer yes. I'm 30 seconds in. Wonderful. All right, as far as number A, an assignment of accountability to a department or agency for each major recommendation, obviously, I and my fellow supervisors are all advocates for accountability. We have a director, Lee Poland, Department of Aging and Adult Services, and a new director for the Social Services Agency, Bruce Wagstaff, and they will both be accountable to the county exec and to us, absolutely. B, for funding, again, the devils are in the details when you talk about funding. Funding, each of us would like to fund everything. Federal government prints money, the state government takes from cities and counties. We're on the bottom of the food chain, okay? The state yesterday revised their budget. They thought they were going to only lose $9 billion, a deficit. They revised it today to $16 billion. Oops, we're 80% off. Well, the county is a conduit for state and federal funding. Now the funding's going to change. They're going to have to find $7.5 billion from somewhere. They're going to cut funding and services to county, cities, and the state. For timeliness and implementation, we always hope to move everything along as quickly as possible, but government moves so slowly compared to private sector. I was self-employed for 30 years before getting into this job as a full-time elected official. Government moves so slowly, it is so frustrating, but yes, we want to implement it. And as has been referenced before, and I encourage all of you, this should go on your beds, read this. This is the Santa Clara County Seniors Agenda, as Supervisor Cortese mentioned. He was involved coming in as president of the board in the state of the county. This is the executive summary. It was printed March 2012. This is 60 days old. There's great ideas in here of things that are happening, need to be enhanced and improved, and new ideas that should be implemented. And yes, we want to do as much and as many of these as quickly as we can.
Okay, so
you're saying I had 2 minutes.
Oh.
I said good thing I had to.
Okay, so you're saying yes, that the county will have an accountability process to a department or agency for each major recommendation. You're saying yes to that?
To accountability, yes.
Okay.
Yes, this politician is accountable.
So are you saying yes to funding?
The question was a dedicated funding source. Okay, was the question dedicated funding for solutions? No, I cannot commit to a dedicated funding source. The county does too many things, and once the state cuts money from us, we're going to have to cut from other places. Okay. So I cannot commit to that, because anytime you dedicate something to one, you're dedicating taking away from another. Okay,
so then you're saying no to dedicated funding. How about to the timeline for implementing the solutions for the seniors' agenda?
Sure. I'm not sure there is a timeline for that. What I would say is we'd want to accomplish each of these things as quickly as economically possible.
Okay. Thank you very much. Well,
And we take donations.
okay, Supervisor Cortese, the same question, and you will have 2 minutes to answer also.
Okay, as to A, B, and C up there on the screen, yes, yes, and yes. I do believe that the senior agenda is going to have a narrow enough focus, but a very effective focus in terms of remedies and solutions. And I think if we focus on that as the question, whether or not what comes out of the senior agenda and the final analysis can be funded, I'm committed to doing that. I chair the Children's Seniors Family Committee, which is not a task force or a one-time committee. It's a standing committee of the Board of Supervisors that makes recommendations directly to the board. And we're on top of the seniors agenda every single month. We've got a work plan. We've got timelines already out there. And I thought Supervisor Wasserman was eloquent in his description of how our accountability system works. There's 5 supervisors. The county executive is a direct report to the 5 supervisors. He's appointed by us. He's evaluated by us. And these agencies that you're referring to up here on the screen or in this question have department heads that report directly to him. So we have asked him, in fact, as part of his next evaluation, to bring forward timelines and goals that he has for every one of the agencies that would be involved in this for the coming year. So I think the answer to the question is yes. I do respect Supervisor Wasserman's point that we aren't going to be able to dedicate funding for every senior solution that comes along, but I think we're committed to this agenda, and what comes out of this agenda we'll fund. And I do want to say, if you want to know what the track record is for that, there have been $750 million in targeted reductions in the county just since I've been there. We have not cut a dime out of senior nutrition programs in this county, not a dime out of Meals on Wheels or out of any community center that's feeding people. So we've been able to commit to dedicated funding in the past, and I think we will here.